This is the BrewVerie Report. Daily news, once monthly. Here are your anchors, Paige, JT, and Mike.
Welcome to the BrewVerie Report, where we deliver your daily news monthly. I am Jay Tizzle, and I'm here with...
NW Mike.
The notorious Paige.
Perfect.
Well, and this is where we bring you the fantastic news, so you don't have to go looking for it.
Exactly.
Yep.
The title is Iceberg Lovers Go Wild Over Viral Photos of the Dickieberg off Newfoundland's coast. Okay, now you can go look.
Oh my god.
Wait. You shut up.
This
That's
is real. Yes. A man from Dildo, Newfoundland is captured at the attention of iceberg lovers after photographing an oddly shaped hunk, now popularly known as the Dickieberg, on social media off the coast of Newfoundland. And the fucker's from Dildo, Newfoundland, too.
Oh my god.
I
No.
can't. I refuse to believe this is real.
I know. Is this real? Dildo, Dickie?
No, this is real.
Dick-
This is
what?
This is definitely real.
I'm just impressed. Like,
This is
This
a
is the
repost
perfect
on Yahoo
story.
News from CBC, so Canadian Broadcasting Corporation.
this
Not
is the perfect Brew
Yeah.
Crime story.
Yeah.
So the quote, I'm getting a lot of response, a lot of reaction to the photo because of its resemblance to part of the male anatomy, says chuckled drone photographer Ken Pretty.
I'm sorry, but if you need a drone to take a photo of it,
Yeah.
that sounds
In
like a
an
really bad
interview
thing.
big.
In an interview Friday, Pretty said he noticed from his very first photograph that the iceberg in an area of the province known as Conception Bay had online
What?
potential.
You are lying.
No.
This is
This is
not a
just
real.
not.
This is not real life.
Yes. Oh, there's a town in Newfoundland called Come by Chance
Well,
near
Of course, that makes
near
sense.
Dildo.
Oh my god.
you take a right at Come By Chance, change your pants, and then head to Dildo.
So the bird got its nickname from the term Dicky Bird, a Newfoundland euphemism for the male
Yeah.
anatomy.
Dickie bed.
Dicky
Yeah.
bird. Oh my god.
All right. You got yourself a right big Dickie bed, but it's cold as ice.
Saying that he shared this on Facebook and he got over 3,000 shares and a lot of comments. The one person, maybe I should call him. Another one, frozen stiff.
What a stiffy. Oh, God.
Oh my god. Pretty said he's lucky he got this photo when he did. Quote, it's melting all the time. I mean, it might go limp.
Oh my god.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine if it just slowly went like this into the water? You got a bunch of like 80-year-olds throwing Viagra on it. Like, get it back up.
So it says here that Canadian iceberg service data shows over 200 icebergs off the coast of Newfoundland alone as of last week, which, when did this come out? This was April 28th, so a couple weeks ago. And there's even more off the coast of Labrador making their way south.
Well, listen, don't let some people hear that because they'll be like, global warming, what? There's a bunch
Yeah.
of icebergs.
Well,
Like,
that's probably good proof of it. There's so many
Right?
icebergs.
well, listen, they also say, hey, it's really cold. What's global warming? And I'm like, that's not how it works.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So, but anyone rushing off to see the Dickieberg of Harbor Grace,
Oh, no. You're going to dash my dreams.
they're in for disappointment. Facebook users say the tip has fallen off.
Oh.
He was circumcised.
Yes,
It's
yes.
fine. Listen. For cleanliness purposes, we
Yes.
had to let it had to go.
Just
It
the
had
tip,
to go.
and
Just
only
the
for a
tip.
second.
And Listen, that's how a good iceberg story always starts. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the same iceberg that took down the Titanic.
Probably.
Just rammed right into it.
Dick pic.
Dicky bird.
That's what you use to climb it, right? A dick pic?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. Well, there's my first one.
I can't. Oh, jeez. Paige, did you have a random one?
I do.
You go, and then I'll go.
This is from May 1st. Michigan State Police troopers were doing a cleanup on the side of the highway, on the side of US 131, and they saw something among the litter. It was a bloody, severed, like half of an arm. So arm,
Wow.
half of the arm, hands, fingers, everything.
Okay.
And yeah, a closer look showed that it was a fake hand covered in artificial blood. Y'all, that would be my worst nightmare though, because every time, no matter what, every time when we pass by like a garbage sack on the side of the road, all I can think is what's in there. What is in there?
Garbage sack.
I want to know. Yeah.
That's what I hear some people call their ex-boyfriends, a garbage sack.
It's funny, it's not funny. It's ironic because usually when someone says like, they see a mannequin and it's never a mannequin. This
It's
time
the
it
other.
actually was a mannequin arm covered in fake blood.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that roller coaster of emotions where it's just like, it's just the whole time.
Yes.
Tastes like sugar water.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Everybody like turned around vomiting, like, come on.
Yeah.
Why you
Yeah.
gotta taste everything?
Yeah, I would have thrown it. I would have been like,
It was a squirrel
tossed
last
it.
week, and now it's the fake arm this week. Jesus.
yeah, but I just
Squirrel
thought
steaks.
that was. I had to tell that one because I was like, the chances of that.
That's
Oh my
fucking
gosh.
weird.
Luck. They were almost witnesses in a trial.
Oh, and let me show y'all because I was like, okay, let's see what it looks like though, because it could have looked fake. So I was like, how could you have thought it was real? Because sometimes you can tell if they're rubbery. And that one looks super
It's
convincing,
actually pretty good. Like that looks
That
like a
looks-
prop or something.
That looks good.
doesn't it?
Yeah. That's
And-
impressive. Well,
I was
and it's
definitely
Michigan,
like, where
so-
are we going with this? This doesn't sound like random. This sounds like crime.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
It does. Oh my gosh. What a wild story.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's like my worst nightmare. Ugh.
man, we've all talked about appendages. But now we're going to take a hard left.
Okay.
And I mean a hard left.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And we're
Still
going to talk
appendage then.
about-
Okay.
This is a crooked left.
No, it's not. No, but it does involve Oscar Mayer.
So there is still
Oh.
Wiener.
There is still Wiener. So, and it does involve the Wiener Mobile.
Oh my
So-
god.
April 12th, 2023, Wiener Mobile transforms into wedding chapel in Las Vegas. Meat manufacturer Oscar Mayer announced its recognizable Wienermobile is being transformed into a Las Vegas chapel for 2 days of weddings. The hot dog-shaped vehicle will be parked outside the Little White Wedding Chapel in Las Vegas on April 15th and 16th for the Wienermobile of Love event. Oh, God.
I really think there needs to be a waffle food truck beside it.
For sure. For sure.
Oh my god.
Couples sign up for a time slot on OscarMayer.com. And if they do get it, which I just clicked forward and the page does no longer exist.
That's probably a good thing.
Right.
Oh.
So those couples will be treated to an all expenses paid wedding ceremony outside the Wienermobile and led by Oscar Mayer employees known as, I shit you not, hot doggers.
That is so insane.
Better than Wieners.
Oh, it gets better. Each
Does it,
ceremony.
though?
Oh, it does. So I'm sure, Paige, if
Oh,
you
God.
ever at any point in your life, and if you didn't, that's fine. But just imagine you're like a young girl. You're thinking about like a wedding, right? And you're walking down the
Yeah.
aisle and you're hearing the
Oh, yeah.
music, and
I
right,
really
it's-
hope I get married in an Oscar Mayer wiener truck.
I want
Like-
to
My
be
wearing
married in an
Oscar
Oscar
Mayer
Mayer wiener. I'm so glad we could have that moment together. So each ceremony will
Oh,
feature
Jesus Christ.
performances by a wiener whistle quartet,
Shut your mouth.
Wiener whistle.
and it'll serve up a quote wonderfully odd wiener cake.
This sounds like it's put on by Oscar Mayer and Pornhub.com.
Could be co-sponsors.
The
spokesman, and I'm going to name him because how dare you, sir? Ed Roland said that Oscar Mayer receives thousands of requests each year for the Wienermobile to make stops at weddings. Guys, I think I found the crux of America's issues right now. This is it. We are okay with a Wienermobile.
Right.
There is no shame for some, like, I don't have shame, but that is a whole nother level.
I would love to see a map of where in the United States people want the Wienermobile at their wedding, because I have a feeling there's probably a area of the United States that is better represented.
Wait, Mike, do you hear that?
What?
I think, Paige, is it outside your window?
Did you hear the wiener flutes?
I hear wiener idling.
Wiener idling. Is that what it's called when you've taken some Cialis?
Yeah, because up until anything happens, you just got a wiener idling. It's just chilling. Like, what do we do? I don't know. Hang a flag on it.
Oh, God.
All right, so
Y'all should put some flute music in the back.
do you okay, so does anybody remember the original Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen?
Yes.
Vaguely.
Do you remember the stepdad or boyfriend? All he wanted for Christmas was a weenie whistle.
Oh my god!
Oh my
Nope,
God.
I didn't remember that.
I don't know.
yeah.
What?
Yep. And he got one by the end. Sorry, spoiler alert. It's not a spoiler.
Spoiler alert from 1995.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, right. The last thing that they said was, now as more people seek stress-free ceremonies with their partners, our hot doggers are thrilled to reignite the joy of this special day. Yes, because you're reigniting the joy.
Yeah.
You're only reigniting a grill. You're not. There's okay. And give them a once-in-a-lifetime experience, a wedding through a pair of meat-colored glasses.
You have. Oh my God. That is so.
There's so many bad jokes they can make right now that I can't bring myself to make.
Oh, yeah.
Meat colored glasses. That
All wiener,
was
no ball.
unnecessary. That was
Oh
so
my-
unnecessary.
We're gonna need we got the Wienermobile. We need all we need is Miley Cyrus to come in with the wrecking balls.
Oh my God.
With the wrecking balls.
Oh my.
All right. So that's yeah. Good old Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
This is from yesterday. There are wheels in motion for the next Philly naked bike ride in August.
The wheels on the
No.
bike go round and
Right.
round, round
Oh,
and
no.
round, round and round.
Eager for another nude bike ride through the city of brotherly love? Keep your shirt on for now. The next one is in August. The
Oh.
organizers of the annual jaunt to promote fuel conservation. Okay, hold on. Now, I get the other half of this. They're promoting positive body image. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
But why does it also promote fuel conservation?
I don't know. But you said this is in Chicago?
No, it's in Philly.
Philly. Oops, my bad. Never mind. That joke
it's
doesn't
fine.
work then.
No, we'll say it anyways.
Well, if this was in Chicago, it would be the safest time of the year because not a lot of guns when you're naked.
Well, and it'd be a lot of Chicago Bears. So
Oh, that's true.
it's going to be August 26th, and the
Oh
route
yeah, it's
is
gonna be
under
super
wraps.
hot. Everybody's gonna be
right?
sweaty. That's kind of.
Hot.
Well, I mean,
I wouldn't do it.
here,
Hot as balls.
hot as balls. Here's an image for you.
Nope, I don't want an image.
It's from AP. It's from AP,
Oh my God! Look at that booty.
or lack thereof.
Yeah.
So previous rides have zipped past sites including Independence Hall, the U.S. Mint, the Liberty Bell, and the Philadelphia Museum of Art, where Sylvester Stallone sprinted up to the steps in Rocky.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sure this
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
exactly what he imagined would
And
happen, you know?
I think they did that also in Creed.
Yes. And it's a 10-mile ride, and it draws around 3,000 bikers.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's wild.
That's a lot of booty.
The ride.
It's a
the
lot of
ride-
balls, a lot of tits, a lot of everything going on.
Yeah.
The ride used to be held in September, but the nude bicyclist said it was too chilly, with temperatures reaching only as high as about 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius. So it was moved to August.
That's not chilly. That's a nice temperature.
Isn't it? It is just not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe it's the wind effect. See, that's the other thing.
That's
I don't want to see this thing in slow-mo. No.
Say
Just
no to
like
crack.
Just a bunch of angry elephants blowing in the wind.
Say no to crack.
Well, and here's the other thing is like, if you're on a tandem, it's not an e-brake. Don't grab it and pull. I mean, it will stop you, but it's not fun.
Yeah, it's not going to be a fun stop.
You'd think I wrote all of these ahead of time. I got nothing.
No,
I'm just putting this together as we go. Sorry, this is a real news channel. All right.
Yes, totally.
In Arkansas, Candace Chapman Scott is 36 years old. She's a former mortuary services worker, and she was accused of selling 20 boxes of everything from human skin to skulls to. She sent all of this to a man in Pennsylvania, according to a federal grand jury indictment unsealed by a Little Rock court on Friday. And she was charged with 12 counts of mail fraud, wire fraud, and interstate transportation of stolen property. A lawyer representing her did not immediately return a phone call from NPR requesting a comment, but according to court documents, she worked for a company that offered commercial cremation services, and one of their clients was an anatomy lab at the University of Arkansas, and they donated cadavers for medical education and research. Well, after one of the company's scheduled pickup days, she messaged the owner of a Facebook group explaining how she acquired all of these corpses. And the private Facebook group is named Oddities, or Named Oddities is the private group name. And it has about 380 members. And it says it's a, quote, safe way to shop. She wrote the owner, quote, I follow your page and work, and I love it. Just out of curiosity, would you know anyone in the market for a fully intact, embalmed brain? Yeah. So she sent
my ex.
So she sent pictures of 2 brains and a heart to this man, and he offered $1,200 via PayPal. He even instructed her about how to ship these organs to him. It was, oh my gosh. So over the course of 9 months, she shipped him an ear, an arm, lungs, livers, kidneys, hands, breasts, penises, fetuses, skin, skulls, and one whole human head.
What
In
the
exchange,
fuck?
yeah.
I'm going to assume this guy's living in his parents' basement.
Yeah, this is what?
He just has to get home early enough to pick up the package so his mom doesn't.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
God.
Earl, what are you collecting now?
Yeah.
First it was roadkill. Now this.
Okay, so how much do y'all think that he paid for all of that?
35 cents.
$1,000?
Well, 10,975. He made that in 16 separate PayPal transfers.
Oh my.
Each time she returned the rest of the remains cremated to the school.
How did they classify them on PayPal?
Oh, that's what I want to know.
Like, did they just like
What?
quote remains of a project, or
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, how would you
Yes.
even? I guess you could just do whatever. PayPal's not looking into what you ship.
True,
Oh,
true.
that's wild. So this woman was charged with 4 counts of receiving stolen property, intending to participate in unlawful activity, and abusing a corpse. Her lawyer did not immediately return the request for comment.
I don't know. What do you say?
Oh, police were tipped off to what the guy was purchasing in June of 2020, according to, let's see, a press release. But I want to know how they were tipped off. That's what I was hoping it was gonna.
You know, I think that's a question you might not want the answer to.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know how they were tipped off,
That's the tip.
but yeah, it was just a tip.
Oh,
tip.
wait. In July,
There's more.
a caller reported finding human organs and human skin resting in 3 5-gallon buckets in his basement.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, thank you.
I mean, y'all.
What's his name? Brian Kohlberger?
You would think.
Just,
His last
I'm
name
being
is
honest.
Pauly.
Sure. Pauly Shore.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Pauly's Facebook page is still selling a human hand and a full set of human ribs, which he is saying came from France.
Doesn't matter. It's still gross unless
Well-
it's being done medically. Like,
They misquoted him. He meant friends, but they heard France. So, you know, I mean, I'm all up for the xylophone, but you know, go to a damn music store. I don't know. The
Well,
ribs. It's the ribs. It was
Yeah.
bad. Yep.
there
Scratch.
was there was a lot more to the story, but she pleaded not guilty, and she's in custody with a bail hearing scheduled for Tuesday, and so this past Tuesday, so yesterday.
oh,
Well,
Oh
I
no,
can't-
next week. Next week.
okay. I can't see her being a flight risk.
no.
They didn't charge her with murder because she didn't.
Yeah, I know. I
She
mean,
could
it's
get bail. She could.
I
She's
wanna
just trying to
know,
give
like,
a hand.
like, what the hell do you need that stuff for?
I don't know. She wanted a leg up. But then she lost her head. And she got
I see
Oh,
what you did
so-
there.
I don't know if this, I'm guessing this has to be the same woman. Surely this hasn't happened in the last
what
few
you will,
months, like
but
twice.
she has a nose for business.
But a lot of people
Leg up.
were on Twitter saying, you know, this is why so many people don't want to donate their bodies for science because, well, no, there was one woman who was having sex with or abusing the corpses that were in the, yeah. So,
You know, you tell me that, and I just don't know why thigh. I can't tell the joke. I can't even say the joke. I don't know thigh. I don't know thigh. Oh God.
Oh my god. Keep it abreast of the situation.
Well, you guys are pretty hip.
Oh my.
but
All right.
yeah, I would think this would steer a lot of people away from wanting to donate their bodies because
Yeah.
stuff like this is being reported
I mean,
quite frequently.
it's definitely going to make them start digging in their heels.
Yeah. It sounds like you're gonna be the butt of the
I don't know
joke here,
whether to
JT.
take that as like the heel of the bread joke or, you know.
I don't know. How many more body parts can I do? You know,
I'm ear for it, JT. I'm ear for it.
I'm just sticking my neck out way too far.
I'm hearing what you're saying.
Oh my god.
Wigging out a little bit.
Okay, who's got another crime?
Me.
Okay.
All right.
Mike does.
Police probe theft of more than $20 million of gold goods at Pearson Airport in Toronto. So more than $20 million worth of gold and other high-value items have been stolen from the Toronto Pearson International Airport, Peel Regional Police said on Thursday. Duty Inspector Stephen, I don't know that last name, nope, told media police are investigating the theft that took place early Monday evening after a plane that arrived at the airport was unloaded and its cargo transported to a holding facility. Quote, once this cargo was offloaded at the holding facility, subsequent to its arrival, the high-value container was removed by illegal means, said this same police officer. Okay, the last name is Duivesteyn.
I stopped listening after you said D.
Yeah.
It's just Steven.
Yeah, Steven,
Just
exactly.
Steven.
Copper Steven.
I'm confused. So is this like an import-export airport?
Well, it's just it's a regular international airport. I actually
Why
fucking
was there
hate
so
this
much
airport. It's a
Gold.
shithole.
Why is there
But-
so much gold?
Well, it sounds like someone was shipping
Oh, okay.
something on this plane because you can still do that.
So they got
It could have
themselves
been like some rich asshole bringing it in.
So they got themselves a sled and some dogs
Yeah,
and loaded it up.
Yep.
and Balto led them out.
So police have not revealed any information about potential suspects and wouldn't say which airline shipped the cargo, where the gold was headed, or where the plane came from. So it was probably Air Canada because fuck Air Canada. The gold was coming here from probably Dubai because reasons.
That makes sense. That checks out. Checks out.
So
Or
this
Mississippi.
Officer Steven, whatever the fuck his name is, stopped short of saying it was a professional job. This was a professional job.
Oh, for
If you're-
sure.
If you're in
Oh, yeah.
the secure area of the airport and stealing $20 million in gold and more,
I
that's
would say you're
professional.
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
You're not a
certainly
novice.
involved. It's certainly involved in insider. For sure. It had to have. There's with the way security is these days, it had to.
Yeah. They had to have planned this to
Yeah.
be as perfect as they could.
I think it was Alex Jones. He's always selling gold.
This article was April 21st, so I'm not sure if there's been an update since, but I haven't heard anything yet. I think it's
Yeah.
still the gold's still out in the wind somewhere, but wow. $20 million.
It's a strong wind.
That's like, that's like $2 million American. It's probably like 16 or 17 million dollars, I'm guessing.
20 cents Elon.
Oh,
That's so funny. It would be really funny if like it was gold that was from like the South or even Virginia, really, and they opened it. And I'm gonna go back to this, but it was just literally like a dozen very limited NASCAR plates, and they're just worth all of that. And they're like, it's as good as gold.
yeah.
It's just like Kyle. I don't know any other racers.
There you go.
It's just
14.7 million US.
Jesus.
Man,
I'll
the
take
exchange
it.
rate sucks right now.
It was me.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Afraid being famous isn't the same as being a true hero.
That's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Please clear the set. That's a wrap.
This is from Vulture, and y'all, I want to see how y'all feel about this. I'm just gonna read the title of it, and then you give me your automatic thoughts, and then we'll go into it. So it's titled "Alec Baldwin is making a meta Hollywood crime comedy."
Oh god.
Get a head shake from JT.
Is it about a guy who got off on murder and
Okay, let me read y'all.
oh, here we go.
Yeah. One day, This was one day after New Mexico dropped the charges against him for the fatal accidental shooting of DP Helena. I'm not sure how you say her name. It's Halyna.
I think so.
Miss Hutchins on the set of the independent Western Rust. So he is starring in a showbiz comedy about movie producers in a race against time to save their latest production after it's disrupted. In the movie, Alec is going to be playing himself, and Deadline describes the film as meta and inspired by true events. While the actual mechanics of the plot sound very different from the events of the Rust shooting, the movie within a movie is stalled when a thief empties the film's bank account. So him doing this movie, the timing of the announcement and the framing of it as like this meta Hollywood crime story feels insensitive to say the least, and
yeah.
a little opportunistic to say more than the least, Vulture says. So what do y'all think?
I mean,
Coming out with a movie like this after
I would be okay with this movie if every dollar went to the family of the person that died.
Oh, yeah, that won't happen.
It won't. No, of course it won't.
No,
And of course
yeah.
it's just going to go into the pockets of douchebags.
Yeah.
Anyone that would make that movie, like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
Wait.
Oh,
The
okay.
kicker, if this all sounds just a little bit too controversial, don't worry. The movie also stars Mickey Rourke and Nick Cannon.
Oh, Jesus. And all 15 of his children?
Is Mickey Rourke bad news? I thought he was like just a little
I
weird.
I haven't, I don't know.
No, Nick Cannon, yes, he's
Nick
he's
Cannon,
problematic.
yeah.
It's very problematic.
But I found that so insensitive.
Yeah, it's fucked.
I mean, isn't Haley his daughter, Haley Bieber? Is that his daughter
Haley
or his
Baldwin.
brothers?
Hold
I'm
on.
not sure.
We're about to find out.
Celebrity stuff, I don't fucking know.
But I was
That's
gonna
fair.
say they sound related because that's just stalkerish. I mean, psycho.
Oh, her father's Stephen Baldwin.
Oh, okay. Well,
So uncle then or whatever.
yeah. Well, they're both.
Uncle Monster.
Uncle Monster.
They're both equally as insane. That's for sure.
It's on the DNA.
All right. Well, this will be a palate cleanser.
Okay.
Eddie Van Halen once drove a tank through Beverly Hills to Fred Durst's house and pulled a gun on him.
What?
I don't condone violence, but
No,
There was no violence here. They just pulled a gun.
Americans should be
attempted
used
violence.
to that.
yeah,
Exactly.
why not?
I don't know if it was loaded. We'll see here. Following Eddie Van Halen's unlikely jam with Fred Durst, which he described as like being a scholar amongst kindergartners, the guitarist returned to the Limp Bizkit frontman's house, armed and in a tank. In one of the weirder stories in rock history, guitar hero Eddie Van Halen once jammed with Limp Bizkit frontman Fred Durst. The tale doesn't stop there, however, and indeed takes a bizarre turn, for following the session, Van Halen apparently returned to Durst's house in a tank, gun in hand, to pick up some equipment he left behind. In the search for a replacement, the new metal band held auditions, but were shortly distracted by the prospect of jamming with guitar legend and the one and only Eddie Van Halen. Durst reportedly met Van Halen at a party, during which a record label executive suggested they team up together. As documented by Bennett, the Limp Bizkit vocalist was thrilled by the idea and said, "That would be hilarious. The greatest guitar player ever plays with the worst band ever."
At least he's self-aware.
Yes. In response, Van Halen said, "Fuck it, let's jam."
Oh my God.
That checks out.
Yeah.
That checks out.
The pair met up at Durst's house in Beverly Hills and began jamming, although Eddie Van Halen soon found himself disappointed and described the experience as like being a scholar amongst kindergartners. Apparently, the session soon turned into a drug-oriented escapade as the band started to smoke
Oh.
weed. He wasn't a fan of the drug. Halen shortly left the jam and accidentally left his musical equipment, such as his guitars and amps, behind. So the next day, the guitarist tried to contact Durst to retrieve his belongings, but was ignored,
No.
which he found upsetting.
Well, yeah.
After waiting another 24 hours, Halen decided to fetch his gear himself, with added precautions to make sure he wouldn't leave empty-handed.
Like a tank.
Oh,
Talk about swinging your tank around.
This is a quote. Eddie once bought an assault vehicle from a military auction.
I mean,
It has a shine gun mount on the back and is not
compensation.
legal. Eddie drove that assault vehicle through LA into Beverly Hills, then parked and left it running on the front of the house that Limp Bizkit was rehearsing in. Quote, he got out wearing no shirt, his hair in samurai bun on top of his head, his jeans held up with a strand of rope, and combat boots held together by duct tape. And he had a
this
gun in his
cannot be
hand.
real. All of your stories I'm calling fake news.
This is from
Unreal.
loudersound.com.
Oh my God.
So this is Van Halen. That asshole answered the door. I put my gun up to his stupid fucking red hat of his, and I said, "Where's my shit, motherfucker?"
Oh
That fucking
my
guy just turned to one of his employees and starts yelling to him, "Grab my shit!"
Oh my God.
Yo.
So I have some respect for Eddie Van Halen now.
He said he put it to his hat. Wow.
Yeah, his
That's
red hat.
crazy.
That's insane.
I mean, what if it accidentally would have went off? You know, I mean, that is
I have a feeling here that probably it wasn't loaded
You
because
know,
he would
Yeah.
not be talking about this super publicly. I don't think if it was loaded.
yeah.
When
I
did
don't
this come
know.
out? Because Eddie's dead now.
Is he really? I didn't know.
I didn't know that, or I
Jesus.
forgot.
This
Huh.
came out on March 8th this year. It doesn't actually say when it happened though.
Okay, so they're just coming out pretty much with the story with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he-
Huh.
He died October 6th, 2020.
Oh wow.
So at this point, he probably decides that, why not?
Let's see if I can find the date here.
That's like rock and roll.
2001.
Yeah.
2001.
2001.
It's in a book that Eddie Van Halen wrote, it turns out.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
if you're gonna brag about something,
That's
That'll-
fun.
That
I don't-
that'll sell.
I'm not a big fan of guns, but that was fun.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. This is near me, actually. And by that, I mean
Ooh.
in Manassas, Virginia.
No.
And the title is Snake Snarls Traffic in Northern Virginia.
Oh, for fuck's
Oh.
sakes, it's a snake.
Well, so a large snake brought traffic to a stop at an intersection. The snake was in an electrical panel at the intersection of Prince William Parkway and Studley Manor Drive and caused a power outage on Monday. The Prince William County Police Department said in a statement. Now, a police officer and an animal control officer worked together to remove the snake from the panel and release it unharmed into the area. Probably right
Oh.
into like a housing development.
Yeah.
Probably.
Seriously.
The snake was so large that it flipped a breaker switch that shut off the signal, but it didn't damage anything else inside the box. It's
Oh
believed
my
that
God.
I know it's believed that the snake had been living in the box for a while due to the molten skin found inside.
Oh no.
And this news company says just to let everybody know, when traffic signals aren't working because of a power outage, police say to treat intersections like stop signs.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
fucking say.
Yeah.
And I am going to copy this image address of the snake and send it to you.
I just laughed because you said it was something Studley. Too bad it
Yeah.
wasn't
Studley
Prince
Road.
Albert Street.
Ooh.
It's not that big of a snake, really.
Yeah, but I
Like
can
it-
see like
I wouldn't want to see the snake, but it's not that big.
I'm sure if somebody was like checking those breakers, I wouldn't have. I'm blind as a bat without my glasses, so I can imagine like somebody checking that and not even seeing that there's a snake there because he looked just like those wires.
I mean,
Wow.
for when this was posted, And the fact that this location is around an hour and a half away from me. I mean, the snake could be right outside right now, for all I know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Truth.
He's just hanging. He's just chilling. I saw this come out, and I
Hang
was
out
like, "Yo,
with
that's
his
gonna go
fang
on the show."
out.
Hang out with the
That was
fang out.
good.
I just think that's just fascinating to me. But snakes are interesting.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the snake had an agenda.
It's
No.
like he just knew, like, okay, this is what I'm doing.
True.
And cause chaos in the human world today.
It's true.
I can't remember what state that was. I want to say Michigan, but it might not have been. This woman went on a hike and she had her dog and she was walking her dog. 2 emus came out of the woods and chased her. Like, I don't know if they were just kind of stalking her at first. And then she got her camera and either took a picture or a video. So there is a picture of these 2 huge emu. And this is just one of my worst fears because there are people here that have like a little emu farm. I cannot imagine the fear that must go through you for when an emu chases you.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
I didn't realize that was an option for a farm.
Oh, yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I want to. I'm buying an emu farm.
Well, hey, there's where my mother-in-law is. There's a kangaroo farm. So
Okay.
Wild.
I think they have some emus there.
Kangaroos are assholes,
Yeah.
including
can
this
be.
one.
Although I remember when I went to that farm at their original location, and they all said, avoid that big red female. Like the big red is a type of kangaroo.
Yeah.
She's not nice. All the rest of them are nice. And the damn thing followed me around the entire farm. They're like, you're not supposed to be near her. And I'm like, watch. And I walk away and she would hop to me. And I'm like, okay, don't worry about it then.
It was the beard.
It was a lot smaller back then, but yes, still had a beard.
It had to be the beard. It had
Yes.
to be the beard. That's so funny. And also horrifying. And I also don't know what emu were doing in that area. So
Yeah.
Well, it's
I have
just
many questions.
Yeah. So
emu meat.
the emu, they disappeared. They like went back into the woods. Nobody knows where they came from. These were just like
Where did they come from? Where did they go?
Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye emu.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's hilarious, but in that situation, I would have had to go strip my pants because
I would. So wait, hold on. What you're saying is that when you see an emu, you have to strip your pants.
because I would shit all in them just like immediately. Yeah.
I was just like, that's a really odd reaction. But I mean, to each their own. I don't judge. I do know that our entire
I would
soundtrack for this was,
I would definitely shit myself if that happened. Because y'all know I have an irrational fear of like, okay, so when I saw Jurassic Park, it scared me to
God.
death. And
Yeah.
y'all, emus and ostriches look like dinosaurs to me. So even going on a safari park where you can feed the ostriches, I lose my shit because they just look too much like dinosaurs. They
That's
scare me,
right.
and they're aggressive.
I forgot that video you shared with me once.
Yes.
That video exists, Mike. She is not kidding. I now remember this.
Yeah, I
She was not
forgot.
a fan. Mm-mm.
Yeah, so I mean, I would have been terrified. I would have had a heart attack.
Ugh.
All right. Well, I've got another animal case here.
All right.
Who here has watched The Last of Us? Either of you?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I've
Great
heard
show.
about it.
You know, it deals with scary fungus.
Yeah. I was reading something, a title came up about they did an episode and it kind of like made people think about COVID and how the outbreak and everything.
Oh, yeah. The whole show, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a reason I mention it. Fungus that causes deadly white noise syndrome among bats detected in BC guano.
Oh.
It's another very bad fungus. A fungus that has led to some Canadian bat populations becoming endangered has been found in British Columbia. The province's Minister of Water, Land, and Resources Stewardship says the fungus that causes white noise syndrome, which has no proven treatment, has been detected in bat guano in the Grand Forks area. First discovered in New York State in 2006, white noise syndrome has spread to 38 states and 8 provinces and is responsible for 3 Canadian bat species being listed as endangered under the Federal Species at Risk Act.
Fuck that fungus.
Yeah. The ministry says the fungus
Yeah.
is primarily spread by bat-to-bat contact and doesn't affect humans, but can spread through the movement of contaminated clothing and gear or through accidental transport of animals. So even though we can't get it, if you go into a cave and you get some of it on there and you go somewhere else, you could still spread it, which is crazy.
Wow.
I did not have this on my bingo card.
No.
No.
The public is being asked to contact the BC Community Bat Program or the ministry if they know the location of winter bat roosting sites or if they see dead bats or unusual behavior like flying during the day. So it sounds like, because bats don't really see all that well, it's all through
Yeah.
echolocation. So the white noise
Yeah.
syndrome is literally like blowing out that echolocation so they
So all
can't
no
see
senses.
anymore,
Yeah.
which is horrifying, right?
Wow.
Yeah, that's very targeted.
Yeah, and it's terrifying that it's in 38 states and 8 provinces already, and it's only been first discovered in 2006. Like that's, I mean, who knows how prevalent it was before, but that's a big spread.
Yeah. Whew.
Snorkeler finds holiday goer's wedding ring worn by a fish on its neck.
Dude, what? What?
I'm looking at this picture right now. What the heck?
Okay, wait. I'm gonna. Is it a wedding ring around a fish?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're telling me?
That's what I'm telling you.
There is not a like what? Just small.
Actually,
Yo, was that a minnow?
Norfolk Island local Susan Pryor was swimming off the east coast of Australia. Australia.
What
When
are
she
all
beheld when she beheld the strange sight, believing the ring might be of value, Pryor put it up on the local classifieds page in the hope that she would find the owner. Quote, I recalled that someone had posted on our local community social media pages about a large man's wedding ring that had gone missing in the bay earlier this year. So I decided to see if I could find the possible owner. It didn't take very long for my suspicion to be confirmed. We now have a poor mullet weighed down with someone's gold wedding ring.
Oh my god.
Oh, party in the front, party in the back, business in the front. Or mullet.
She found out the ring belonged to Nathan Reeves, who lost it swimming during Christmas. The couple
What
were
are the
searching high and
odds?
low for the missing ring, and they couldn't find it. It got lodged around the fish's body while it was snuffling through the sandy ocean floor for food, which is what they do. I guess they snuffle. The ring was probably lying in the sand and just flipped over the fish's head and lodged there.
That is wild.
Oh man!
That- I
You know
mean,
what?
The odds
When
of that.
years and years ago, when me and my wife Amber were in Hawaii, she lost a ring that her dad gave her. So if anyone finds a fish with a ring on it on the Big Island or the Big Island of Hawaii, please let us know. She would love that ring back.
Right?
She really would. She would. For sure.
Oh my gosh.
So there you go. You got a fish with a ring and a ring with fish.
Yeah, fish ring, a
Uh,
little
fish ring.
different.
April 11th via UPI, a New York eatery announced it's bringing back a grilled cheese that was dubbed the world's most expensive sandwich by the Guinness World Records.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. So, Serendipity 3, a New York restaurant famous for its opulent creations, announced the quintessential grilled cheese will return to the menu for a limited time Wednesday, which is National Grilled Cheese Day.
Oh my god.
It was dubbed the world's most expensive sandwich by the Guinness World Records when it made its debut in 2014. So, here's the question. Do you want to guess how much it is, or do you want me to tell you what's in it, and then you can tell me you can guess how much
Is that
it
going
is?
to make me change my mind?
$1,000.
I don't know.
Wait,
No.
okay. Wait, I'm I'm gonna go 12,000.
No. Okay, let me tell you what's in it. Well, it's not going to help. It's $214, which is
Still
still
fucking stupid.
This
What the
still,
hell?
yeah.
So the sandwich has to be ordered 48 hours in advance, and it features French Pullman champagne bread made with Dom Perignon champagne. The bread is
Oh.
covered in grass-fed white truffle butter.
Ooh,
I don't know how you grass-feed
fancy.
white truffle butter, but here we are.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but yeah.
Before being filled with slices of caciocavallo. I would never be able to
you
do
know what?
that ever again.
The grass-fed truffle butter.
Yeah.
I've heard that recently. Grass-fed butter would be like grass-fed cows.
Cows.
So then it's made
okay.
with truffle oil. That's what it is. It sounds stupid, but it
that
actually
makes
is a thing.
sense.
Yeah. I only heard that recently, and I'm like, grass-fed butter? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
So it's then toasted until golden. It better be.
It
Yeah.
better,
And
yeah.
The edges are then gilded in 23 karat edible gold.
I want them to not be uneven. I don't want us like you better have that shit sliced like precision slicing.
I'm sorry, but do everything else. But the edible gold is so fucking stupid. It is such a
It really
dumb
is. It's really
thing.
dumb. I just sent you a picture. This is not only the most expensive grilled cheese, but the thinnest I've ever seen.
Oh gosh, really? And when did you say National Grilled Cheese Day is?
Well, so this was April 11th, and it said that it was Wednesday, so I'm guessing it was like 2 days later, so
Okay.
maybe the 13th.
Because I love grilled cheese, but that does not even
Right.
what that is the thinnest grilled cheese I've ever seen.
Do you know what that drink is? It's not a drink. It's a side of South African lobster tomato bisque.
That looks awful. Where's the gold? I don't see any gold.
It's the most pathetic grilled cheese I've ever seen. So this is not surprising for Serendipity 3. They also hold the Guinness World Record for the most expensive French fries,
Wow.
which are $200 a plate. And why are they $200 a plate? I don't know what
do you
chipper back
know-
potatoes are.
I
but
was gonna say, how much is a potato? You know what I mean? What the?
It's like truffle oil, truffle salt, truffle butter, shaved black summer truffles from Italy.
I know truffles are very expensive, but give me a break.
And it's topped with 23 karat edible gold dust.
Again,
Starting to catch a pattern.
Which
then-
probably costs them like, because it's dust. It's probably
Right.
like $3 max, probably 30 cents.
And then there's more. They also have the world's most expensive milkshake, which is $100. Why is it $100? Because
Gold dust.
it's it has a number of specialty ingredients, and it comes in a glass adorned with more than 3,000 Swarovski crystals.
So do you get to keep the glass?
Wow. Yeah.
I'm
I
not
think so,
paying
yeah.
extra for the glass if I don't get
No.
to keep it.
So the milkshake contains Jersey milk sources from Channel Island cows, Tahitian vanilla ice cream, Devonshire luxury clotted cream, Madagascar vanilla beans, 23 karat edible gold. There it is. Donkey caramel sauce featuring donkey's milk.
What?
Venezuelan cocoa, Luxardo gourmet, maraschino cherries, and whipped cream. Why?
This
Why,
place
America?
deserves to get shut down. Like, how
I agree.
stupid.
It's
Yeah.
just dumb. It's dumb.
Well, you know
Dumb.
what? Whoever
Dumb.
decides to put their money towards getting that, they're dumb. Very
Oh, yeah.
dumb.
After seeing that that's the most pathetic looking panini
Yeah.
grilled cheese I've ever seen. That is a grilled cheese that advertises itself one way on Tinder, and then you date it and you realize, oh God.
This is like a place designed for someone like Trump, but Trump likes McDonald's.
So Serendipity 3, what we're saying is be more like McDonald's.
Yeah,
You know,
Gold-
put gold flake around the Big Mac.
exactly. Truffle oil Big Mac sauce.
Let me see if I can find a picture of world's most expensive milkshake.
World's
Also-
dumbest milkshake.
Who the hell goes around looking for that? Like,
No, yeah, rich fuckers.
and how do you know that it is the world's most expensive milkshake?
Yeah.
They probably Googled what is the most expensive milkshake and added $5.
It looks so small.
Watch it be like a mini.
That
Oh,
is that has
that
to be
is
one of the
camera tricks
ugliest
right
cups I've
there.
ever seen.
Is it not?
It's hideous.
They
This
even
is-
zoomed up on it to try to make it look bigger. It looks like a thimble.
Literally, this guy's hands
Yeah,
are
Yeah.
probably super small, and it makes them look big.
yeah.
I'd be embarrassed to work there.
It's unnecessary. It's wild.
Mm.
I don't understand. Anyways, it was done by social media influencer Benjamin Leong Sechuan. I don't know. It just seems silly. It's just like one of those
Yeah.
extravagant things where it's like, will you please feed a homeless person?
Right.
I mean, is it that hard?
Some of these people can house how many? Probably.
I mean,
wow.
I mean, the milkshake container can't house many people, but it could pay for housing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh my.
Well, there's my food.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House!
There you go.
I can't believe that kicked him out of the race.
Ask Osama Obama. Obama, what's his, since he won by such a big amount.
I always forget. Do y'all remember when that became a thing? When he went, yeah, and that ended up being like remixed and everything.
Mike, I don't know if you know this, but that PIA was why he didn't get through the primaries because of because of how he seemed unhinged, which really
Yeah.
he was just excited. And now we're hiring a felon.
yeah,
Yeah.
So this is how far we've fallen, as if
Yeah.
we were high to begin with.
Yes. Well,
Just Paige.
speaking of GOP, a Missouri lawmaker defended child marriage, saying kids he knows who got married at age 12 are still married.
wow.
You down with GOP? Have that baby.
Swear.
You like GOP, you don't know me. No.
Okay, so I've been seeing this a lot that, these people are all for child, marrying but you say they can't learn certain things, but then you say it's okay for such a life change. Like,
Yeah.
what?
I mean, the same people that say freedom this and freedom that are all
Mhm.
about stealing people's freedoms,
Yeah.
but also love to marry people that if they owned a photo of them naked would go to jail. So
Mhm.
I can't figure it out. I really can't. It doesn't make any sense.
And they get away with it.
Missouri State Senator Mike Moon defended child marriage on Tuesday, touting the apparently successful marriage of people he knows who got married when they were 12. The Republican made the comment during a debate on a bill he introduced that would ban gender-affirming care for transgender youth
Don't
in
you
the state.
know?
So you can marry and have sex with a 12-year-old as long as they're the gender they were assigned at birth. Like fucking nightmare.
There's just so
Disgusting
many things.
people.
There was somebody up north that was a representative. I think it was a state representative. And they had talked about how their daughter was trans. And they said that their daughter went through a couple of weeks of just being really down and suicidal and stuff. And they said that they would much rather have that be the case than affirm
Yeah.
the gender that they are.
Mhm.
And so she basically, in conclusion, she said that she'd rather her daughter commit suicide than her actually help her daughter figure out who she is. And I almost threw something at the TV a la Joker from
Well,
Batman.
you
with
have to think
Michael
Yeah.
Keaton.
this must be how they think, and that's scary.
Yeah. Well, here's a quote. It's from a Democratic state rep, Peter Meredith. You voted no on making it illegal for kids to be married to adults at the age of 12 if their parents consent to it, Meredith told Moon. You said that actually that should be the law because it's the parents' right and the kids' right to decide what's best for them to be raped by an adult.
Oh, the anger and the rage I feel.
Yep.
Your brain is not fully developed until you are 25. So I've really been thinking about that lately.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, there are so many things that,
We did to destroy our brains before 25.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the stupid decisions that you make pretty much until I was 25, I was making stupid decisions. And it's something about when you get 26, 27, 28, you just feel different when you start getting up towards your 30s. And so, yeah, it's just making decisions about something like marriage or having babies.
Yeah.
What?
If you can take your wife or husband to a Chuck E. Cheese for their birthday, you should not be marrying them.
No, exactly. Yeah.
That's the bottom line, right?
I got one more that I want to do quickly.
Yeah.
And I found this one today, actually. And most of my sources I found weeks and weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've got a video. Well, I'll play the audio for it because it makes it even worse.
Oh, God.
GOP lawmakers' wild claim about those who hate homosexuals causes literal jaw drop. There was a jaw-dropping moment on the floor of the Florida House of Representatives this week after a Republican lawmaker comments about who really hates the LGBTQ plus community. I'm just going to play this.
Oh, gosh.
Be labeled as racist and discrimination without a response. ISIS, the Taliban, and Al Qaeda. Those are the folks who discriminate. We bombed a building in 2017 like we never usually do. We bombed it because they threw homosexuals off that building. Our terrorist enemies hate homosexuals more than we do. They're the ones who discriminate. Our job in the military, our Navy...
Hate homosexuals more than we do. What the actual fuck?
You know,
my jaw is just on the floor. I
mean, yes, they do horrendous things. And there's no argument one way or another who's worse. I don't want to have that argument because I think it's improper.
Yeah.
But a lot of the hatred that comes from the right primarily is buried in laws. And it's so that we don't find out how much they despise. And it's so under the table, behind the back. It is so conniving. It is like serial killer politicians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what they are. It's terrible.
Well, Pete, like these right-wing fascists that keep on going on and on about everything. There's nothing different between right-wing militant ISIS people and stuff and the crazy right-wing militant Christians all over the world, but in the United States, Canada. They're walking around with their Bible and a gun around, and it's no different than walking around with a Quran and friggin' a gun, right? Like, it's the same terrible humans trying to impose their awful, misguided, warped sense of their religion and force everyone else to believe in it or else. It's garbage.
Exactly. And just like, oh my God, that was such a great point that you made. Think about if we looked at another country and saw that citizens there were, like you said, the Quran and a gun. Like if they had their people and they were like spewing all this shit, we would be like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But
if we didn't drone strike them first.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and I know that sounds like I'm not even making a joke.
I mean, that's
the reality.
Spot on.
Yeah. I mean, it's not much different than the video I saw today of Kid Rock shooting a bunch of Bud Light and telling a fuck off to Anheuser-Busch because he's mad that they had a trans woman do an ad. And I mean, first off, who cares? The person, she is a very, looks like a very attractive woman. Who cares if they're trans? Yeah. It's just another spokesperson for the brand. It's a one-off thing. Who cares?
That was such a bringing out, I don't know if it was an AK-47 exactly. I don't know, but I know it was an assault rifle.
It was like an AR-15, I think.
Automatic rifle,
and as many kids are getting shot every single day.
Oh, yeah.
With that. And you pull that is just fueling more hate.
Same reason as, after like Uvalde, et cetera, politicians are wearing AR-15s on their lapels instead of American flags.
Well, what was
Yeah.
that? Wasn't Marjorie Taylor Greene? Was it her or was it Boebert that had a shirt about identifying as a AR-15 or something recently?
Oh,
I'm
After
not
same
surprised
day
for
as a
both
school
of them.
shooting.
I think it's
One of those two
Lauren.
twats.
Got to be Lauren.
I didn't.
She's
say
the one
that.
whose entire
One of those two
family
terrible
like
people.
poses with
Yeah, they're the
AR-15s.
gun. Yeah, crazy.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't
Need roads. Was it 88 miles per hour? Was that it?
Marty!
Marty!
Doc! Anyways, so this is not as intensely serious, but a German court
Perfect.
did determine in Berlin that a landlord sunbathing naked in the courtyard of his building wasn't a reason for his tenants to reduce their rental payments.
I mean, I'm on the side of the rental people here, but let's
Well,
hear
I mean,
more.
a short stack for a short stack, sure. The case involved a building in an upmarket residential district of Frankfurt.
How up
which
was it?
It was pretty upmarket, man. Yep. A lot of they jack up the prices, and there's a lot of interest. It includes an office floor rented by a human resources company. That's even
How
better.
does it?
The company withheld rent because it objected, among other things, to the landlord's naked sunbathing. In response, the landlord sued. Now, Frankfurt State Court rejected the company's reasoning, finding that, quote, the usability of the rented property was not impaired by the plaintiff sunning himself naked in the courtyard. It said in a statement that it couldn't see an, quote, inadmissible, deliberately improper effect on the property.
Couldn't he erect a sunshade? Like,
Well, he should.
The court said that the spot where the landlord sunbathed could only be seen from the rented office by leaning far out of the window.
Oh my god.
I mean, you got to
It
keep
also-
appraised of the situation. So
It's true. He apparently got a rise out of a lot of these folks. It also said the tenant failed to prove that he took the stairs to the courtyard unclothed. Quote, on the contrary, the plaintiff stated credibly that he always wore a bathrobe, which he only took off just before the sun lounger, he said. I don't know. I mean, fine. Do your thing, boo-boo. I mean, it sounds like he was within the
Shake
confines
your
of his own
thing.
place. Right? Do what you want to do. We're going to get sued for singing that song.
as opposed to the rest of the songs we sang, mostly
fair.
me, I think.
So yeah, listen, y'all, if you own rental properties and you decide to toss out the kickstand and sunbathe, don't.
Just don't. Just don't.
Just don't.
Head to your local nudist beach. Don't do it in view of.
Go to
your
Philly in
neighbors.
August and take a bike ride.
Go to Wreck Beach in Vancouver. It's wonderful. They sell drinks and drugs and food and everything on the beach when the police aren't there.
Props, just to prop everything up.
Yeah.
Oh god. Anyways, if your landlord's sunning themselves naked, it doesn't mean that you can have lower rent.
I mean, I had a terrible landlord once that we came home and they were sitting on our couch and we found a new place to live in 2 weeks because that's not acceptable.
Now, if the landlord has an OnlyFans page, then you can lower.
You would
You're
not
right.
want that OnlyFans page with that landlord. Oh,
No, I mean, I don't want to see it, but you're making money, and that's fine.
dollar
So-
bills, y'all.
You ain't needing it from me.
Geez, no chocolate starfish for the hot dog flavored water here.
Full circle. We're full circle, everybody. Full
Oh,
circle.
the biscuit is limp. The biscuit is
Back-
limp.
Back to the limp
The
biscuit.
entire, I think, the entire message of this episode is just don't. Just don't.
Yeah.
I feel like it's either just don't or fuck around and find out. Those are our
Yeah.
two themes. That's listen.
Either that or
anything.
Eddie Van Halen's coming with a tank to your
Oh
house.
my God. Yeah.
Do not roll a doob when you're playing with a Van Halen.
Yeah.
Right.
End of story.
Yes.
Oh
All
man.
right. Well,
This
signing
has
out
been fun. I'm glad that we
For
did this. It's been too
D
long.
Tizzle, Notorious Paige, and NW Mike. Peace.
Bye.
Howdy.
So make sure you behave or
Fuck around and find out.
And you might find yourself on next month's BrewVerie Report.
for all the sources for this episode of BrewVerie, head to Reverie True Crime Podcast or Brew Crime Podcast's feeds on your favorite podcast host. This has been a production of Brew Crime Podcast and Reverie True Crime.
Oh, oh.
Hee-haw. The notorious Piage. Wait. I listen, you have to cut that out.
Save it for the end. Okay, try it again, Paige. Oh, shit.
You laugh so bad. Thank you. Paige, it's the best. I love you so much. I love you both so much. What are you
Just
holding,
dyslexic.
Paige?
That's her.
What is that? Oh, that's okay. Because
Whatever
for a
it's called.
second, I'm not gonna. Do you know what it looked like from here? Do you know
what?
what I'm gonna say?
Not a vibrator. A
No,
tampon.
No, it looks like a pregnancy test
Oh,
Or a
it does.
COVID test.
or a COVID test. Same difference. Either way,
All
it's
right,
gonna suck.
try it again, Paige.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to save all this for the end.
Yes, please.
Who wants to go first?
You go first.
Okay.
You
let me
do.
Just got to get this open then. And I will send you the photo.
Oh, there's visuals.
Don't
This is great
open the
podcast
picture. Don't
material.
open the chat yet, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Let me start and then you can look at the chat, but I'll send it now.
I'll try to follow the rules.
All right.
All right, let's see this. Oh no, I got an error.
Oh, yeah, invalid size parameter 900
What?
error.
That's what mine says.
All right, 1 second. I'll just send you the whole damn article. It's trying to make it
That
easy,
works.
but of course
Yeah.
it's not.
So I accidentally closed the window out, but I
If JT
bloopers
turns
are
them in.
gonna be bad.
Mer. Mer.
If you leave this in, it's ridiculous.
Mer.